What do you think is the ultimate vision of the world for people like Soros, Clinton, etc.? What are they motivated by? Also, why do Zionists promote diversity of people who don't like them as much? Don't they want to keep strong allies to protect Israel? Well, in the first place, I think people like Hillary Clinton are motivated by money and by power. And so I think it's also a demonic influence as well. I can't help but think these people are possessed by demons. And so what they want is probably something that is not like a vision for the world so much as it is they want personal aggrandizement at any cost. So that's I don't see Hillary Clinton as like a high level evil person in terms of like she has bad designs for the planet. I think she's after like a very, very crude, very primitive and demonic like lust for power. And so, but for someone like Soros and others, I would say it's a little different. I think the people, the money movers and the people on top, I think there's a much more sinister design at work. I think the grand design for America and for the world is to create a permanent and global slave class. This is what I really believe. I think they want to create one race, one world government, one currency, and they want all these people on the bottom, low IQ, no identity, no race, no culture, no religion, no gender. They want them to be these like androgynous, casual sex having, like literally just sex bots, people that are just focused on working and then on this carnal pleasure. And so it's all the rest. And they'll be on the bottom. The whole world will be this race mixed, like brown underclass. And then on top, you'll have a very specific elite that will eat and they will lord over the masses and dominate the planet. And I believe that's what they're after. And I think all signs are basically pointing to that happening. And they were writing about it for a long time. And the Houghton plan, the Kalergi plan, it's all over the place. And even anybody could look at the trends. That's what they're heading towards. They're destroying the middle class right now. They're destroying the global middle class. They've collapsed the entire economy in the world, or not collapsed it, but they've built all of it on top of very unsustainable debt, and everyone's in debt. And so I think that's the grand design. And then in terms of the Zionists, I don't think the Zionists do promote diversity. I think it's not so much Zionists as it is people in media, which is different sides of the same coin in many ways. The Zionists, I don't think, are too keen on diversity. I think they'll ship their refugees over here because they don't want them in Israel. They know we're stupid enough to take them, and we'll probably beg for the refugees. The countries that they came from are like, yeah, we're not taking these people, but the European countries are dumb enough to take them back, or at least their governments are corrupt enough to take them over there. And so I don't think it's a matter of they have an interest in multiculturalism and diversity being promoted so much as it is they really just simply don't care about the other countries. And similarly enough, I think the Zionists must understand that if a country does not have a strong and robust people that has a common interest in the national interest, or a common whatever, if the country is less representative of the people, it's so much easier to subvert. It's much easier to get a Paul Wolfowitz in the Defense Department if the country is Ameriqua and basically the people that are the president are selected by a small group of donors and financiers and politicos. It's much easier to dominate a country like that than it is a country that has a strong national pride. So maybe that could be why.